Good morning, wrestling fans, and welcome to PWR today, Friday morning. It's the 21st January, 2022. The man they call Meathead, and Matthew Thomas, the man who likes to deliver the cream cheese.
I do, and good morning, Meathead. And, I just thought about it when you said that. I don't know how great our listeners who have to urinate are hearing PWR. That might make them have to go even worse. So I think we need to start saying the full name, Pro Wrestling Report. That way, if you're listening to this, wherever you're listening to it, whenever you're listening to it, if you have to go to the bathroom, we don't make it worse.
So what you're saying is, while we're driving this crazy train on Friday, don't hit any bumps.
Exactly. And don't pass by any bodies of water.
Or any flowing rivers. Yeah, I got it. Well, I pee freely, and I pee freely would wear what kind of collar and elbow gear?
You pee on collar and elbow?
No. I pee freely loves our sponsor. Who is it?
Oh, collar and elbow brand. You want to make sure you don't get anything on your collar and elbow gear, but maybe you did, and maybe you need to order some more collar and elbow gear. collarandelbowbrand.com. Enter promo code Linda K LINDAKAY. Save yourself 10%.
Matthew Thomas, I just had an epiphany. I'm stealing it from a TV show, but collarandelbowbrand.com needs to come up with a P-bib.
Ooh.
You remember what those are, right?
Yeah, I remember exactly. That would be a great idea. Yeah,
those are Kevin and Jenny's wedding napkins.
That's worth a phone call to Uncle Al. It's like, hey man, I think you need to make a P-bib for your clothing line.
Well, folks, we apologize. I mean, we got all this toilet talk, but there's going to be a reason for it in just a second. First off, let's do a little wrestling news. There are reports that the WWE is refusing to release Mustafa Ali. He's not happy with what's going on TV. He doesn't like what's being pitched for him, and they won't let him go.
Yeah, that can't be a good situation. The guy doesn't want to be there. So I can't imagine that's good for any parties there.
I mean, what they need to do is sit down and talk it out, honestly. Is there a character that maybe Ali would agree to participate in? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're refusing the work, they have grounds to let you go at that point, but they can just pay you and make you not work.
I think they need to go fake Kane and fake fake Diesel and fake Razor, and just give him a character that they own that is not currently with the company. You know what? Hear me out now.
Is Doink available?
This is so outside the realm of anybody's wheelhouse, but I think this would be the greatest thing for him and the professional, maybe not the greatest thing for him, but it'd be great for the professional wrestling industry. He becomes the new Daniel Bryan.
Huh.
Not
and it's
like
going to be Mustafa Bryan?
No. Literally Daniel Bryan. Not even a character repackage. You make him a character whose name you own, but it's not even a character. So you make him another person. You make him Daniel Bryan.
I don't know. I mean, I'd watch it for a week to see what happened.
And he doesn't dress any different. He's just now Daniel Bryan.
Fair enough.
Better yet, maybe you make him Walter.
Oh boy, we'll get there. Rey Fenix is returning from injury. It looks like next month. That horrific table spot with Luchasaurus. He didn't break any bones, according to Rey, and he should be ready to go next month. And I think that there's a match between them and the House of Black coming up.
Oh, absolutely. And my goodness, you look at that freak injury and the fact that he's going to be back in ring that quick is it's borderline miraculous.
All right, let's talk Gunther. I get all the clamp every time I say it. Gunther will not be going by Stark. They had planned on calling him Gunther Stark. They've dropped the trademark filing for the Stark part, and they're just going to call him Gunther now. Somebody's got to be in the ear of somebody to let him know that was probably the worst thing they ever did. Again, why change his name? What's there to gain? Walter was over.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, okay, maybe Gunther sounds a little bit more, rough and tough.
More German
than
right?
Walter. But my goodness, man, part of, I think, the allure to me was just the simplicity of Walter. He didn't need.
Well, Walter was always spelled with capital letters to emphasize the hard-hitting Walter.
And he didn't need a stereotypical professional wrestling name. There was that, kind of that contrast of you've got this guy who is one of your, biggest, stiffest guys out there.
Matthew.
Yeah. He's stiff. I don't think you disagree. I watched him the other night, with Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong was stiff. There's a lot of stiffness out there.
A lot of stiff and a lot of strong.
Yeah, exactly.
We know there's strong style. Do you think Walter's a master of stiff style?
I think, yeah, he is. He is the master of stiff style. And stiff style and strong style are two completely different things. There's also jackets. No, there's style strong. Don't get that. Style strong is more of a fashion thing. We've got that going on in NXT 2.0 as well too. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad name. But my goodness, I think it
would have been an okay name if that's what he started with.
Or you take him up to the main roster and you change it then. But literally, the guy gets on the mic and changes his name.
Mid-match. I mean, he just got pinfall. I'm Gunther now. Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't know where it came from, but okay. If that's what you got to do, big man.
Which I actually, this has happened in real life with someone that I knew. I knew him as somebody, and then he decided to start using, I guess, his middle name or his first name or whatever. Which
did he do it mid-match?
He did. He did it midday one day. Not in the middle of a match, but he did it midday. So that was interesting. So it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Well, let me ask you this. Did he do it, when he came back from anger management, instead of being Andy Bernard, call himself Drew?
No, not at all. It wasn't even like after a sabbatical or a hiatus. It was literally midday. So yeah, I actually can relate to this storyline.
Okay. Well, can you relate to what's going on SmackDown? We had the returning Lita. We had insane stunt shows. We had Roman and Seth back and forth on the microphone. What are we getting tonight?
I don't know, but I like it. I really like the addition of Lita last week. It's something different. Something
I just want to hear her music. I mean, I love her song.
And I'm not excited necessarily to see Johnny Knoxville's involvement, but I mean,
what a jackass!
It gives me more Sami Zayn, and it gives me Sami Zayn in a higher part of the card than you traditionally see him. So no, I like it. And SmackDown there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's 2 hours there. And are we scheduled? Do we have a Nakamura title match anytime soon?
I believe he's getting it. I don't know if it's tonight, but I know Nakamura is scheduled to defend against Sami Zayn.
Yeah. I think it's probably time to reward Sammy for the last year of work
and get him his Intercontinental Championship back.
Well, I mean, it's been a conspiracy against him the whole time.
Well, it has been. You know who else has been missing from SmackDown lately too is John Cena. Now, John Cena, we're going to segue off here, has a new TV show on HBO Max. Matthew, have you seen it?
Oh, I have seen it. Thanks largely to your recommendation, and I'm absolutely hooked. Outside of the newest episode, I am all caught up. But my goodness, if you, first of all, if you haven't seen the newest Suicide Squad, watch that first. I implore you.
That's the one with Idris Elba and John Cena, and
yes.
Pete Davidson's in it.
Watch that and go immediately to Peacemaker.
Because they literally butt into each other.
Yeah.
I mean, like the end of Suicide Squad is the beginning of Peacemaker.
Yeah. And here's it is the best that I've ever seen John Cena on the screen in any acting capacity. You made the comment, and I agree 100%. This role is absolutely made for John Cena. I could not see another person playing this role outside of John Cena. You owe it to yourself to watch this. My goodness, it is absolutely outstanding. It is very possibly the best superhero / comic spinoff series that I've ever watched.
I cannot believe that it was 3 weeks and I'm like, oh yeah, that John Cena. Let me go ahead and check this out. I had zero expectations coming in, and I was blown away the first 3 episodes because I watched it starting last week. I'm going to get in this week's episode, but I watched the first 3 episodes back to back to back. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, it's pretty easy watching too. It's not something you have to. A lot of the stuff out there with these large worlds that are created by Marvel, DC.
Let me pull you back a little bit on the easy. It's not 100% easy. Here's what I find about this show. The dialogue is very fast, and it's like listening to Deadpool. You might have to rewatch it to get all the jokes.
Yeah. No, I agree. But at the same time, it just watch the first episode. If you don't like the first episode and you're not hooked, you can write us a letter or something and tell us.
Matter of fact, I want you to send it via mail. I will not reimburse you for the stamp either.
No, not at all. Send it care of Meathead to Meathead's house in Wisconsin.
Yep. Yeah. Matter of fact, put that as the address. Meathead's house, Wisconsin, America. But here's the thing, though. You guys know me well enough, right? Matthew, you know me. Our listening audience, you guys know me. Love me some dick and fart jokes. Love them. I'm a huge mental midget. I'm a child. And this show, 3 episodes in, is all dick and fart jokes.
But done so nice, and it's like the most intelligent.
It's meant for a 45 to 50-year-old man who still loves dick and fart jokes.
Yeah. No, I think that's the demographic, man. How does it feel to be in the key demo, Meathead?
Oh my God, I'm back to being the key demo again. I remember when I was rocking that 18 to 34-year-old male demo.
Well, you're back in it.
Wow. That was back in the days of the Attitude Era when I was in that 18 to 34 demo.
It's like the Attitude Era all over again.
But seriously though, a little Milwaukee joke in there. We love us a Milwaukee joke every once in a while. There's a random shot of a vagina in there. I mean, that wasn't supposed to be there. Way too much Cena ass, if you ask me.
It's in the eye of the beholder.
And well, we definitely all beheld it. And to be completely honest, man, every character that's on here, I think they've got a great background story. I love the fact that they took not just John Cena, obviously, not just Waller, who was the one that was running the Suicide Squad, but they brought in other characters that were in Suicide Squad. 2 of them that were in the room gambling on if the Suicide Squad would live or die. They're actually now regulars on this program. Now, I'm trying to stay a spoiler for you, Spot.
Here's my question: if anybody had John Cena still on their team, there's a possibility that you could have potentially enacted the butt crack rule and dropped him without a penalty.
But we didn't have John Cena on our team.
Not relevant, but it could have possibly played out.
And that was a lot of crack too. Holy
smoke. Yeah. There's no question about that.
There's nothing better than him reaching that apex of where he needed to reach and yelling, "America!" It's like there was an episode of Family Guy once where Cleveland was in a car. He's like, yeah, and boom goes an dynamite. Close the window, you let the stank out. All right. We segued off into John Cena. You didn't know where the segue was going to come, but there it was right there. Let's get back into AEW and let's talk about tonight's Rampage. All Ego, Ethan Page taking on Mox. Mox is returning and he will wrestle Ethan Page. That is an opening match, Matthew. I like gambling on these little bits right here. I'm telling you, that's the opening match.
Well, and then I think, a Moxley match is going to be right up there with Adam Cole opening the show as far as something that gets the crowd, and I mean, here's the thing. If you're in that crowd, be careful, man. You might get a water bottle thrown at you or a trash can kicked on you or something like that.
You might have somebody drop an F-bomb and tell you to get the hell out of the building.
Yeah. If you're on the way of Moxley, but no, I think you're exactly right. And there ain't no way Ethan Page is winning this match.
No. Hook is back again. Matthew, did you hear when they announced it was quiet? Here's the matches for Rampage. Hook is to the crowd in the background popped.
Yeah, it's
Hook is the new Goldberg, as coined by you.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. He's not the new Wild Man. He's not the new Mark Mero, but
he'll be defeating Serpentico tonight.
Yeah, he will.
I'm sorry, Serpentico, but Hook will be defeating Serpentico tonight. And then the main event will be the Young Bucks taking on Roppongi Vice. I had to practice that one. Roppongi Vice, which is Trent, and it looks like Romeo.
You know what dawned on me, man? It has been a while since we've seen the Bucks in action, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think they were recovering from COVID.
Yeah. And I just want to make a bold prediction here. I think next week, Cody retains his title, and I think Hook is ultimately the person that takes that title off of Cody.
Really? I think that's too fast. I want to see
Yeah.
Hook show up every other week and just blow through somebody.
Yeah, I think it's down the road a little ways, and I mean, shoot, Cody might have like a 2-year run with that title or something.
Wow, I'm excited for tonight's wrestling action. There's also the numbers are in from Dynamite as well, and the numbers popped again from Moxley showing up to open the show.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me one bit. On a completely different note, where's Elias?
He's still trying to find his new gimmick.
Didn't he bury Elias, and then we never heard anything from
He buried
Elias?
his guitar, and then they killed the gimmick, and then just left him out there.
Like back in the summer, right? I mean,
way back. Before they hit the road.
Maybe he wins the Rumble.
Yeah, get out of here with that.
Yeah.
Tom Hannafin, who formerly is known as Tom Phillips in WWE, is now the new Impact play-by-play commentator, and he talked a little bit about his release of WWE. He said it was a shock and a surprise. He was emotional and a heartbreaking day, but it's business. It's the budget cuts. The pandemic hit a lot of people in a lot of different ways. So Adnan Virk was brought in April. Then they made the move to Jimmy Smith. I saw the way that things were going, but that was just business. You know, they only stayed with Adnan for, 2 months, tops?
Oh, my goodness. That was quick, wasn't it?
That was right after WrestleMania when they switched up teams.
Wow.
So that was a change. Tom Phillips was the lead on Raw, and then out of nowhere, it was Adnan. And then Adnan, it just wasn't working out with Adnan. Then he brought in Jimmy Smith. And Jimmy Smith is, you know what? We don't talk about him because he's doing his job. It sounds good.
Yeah. No, it flows with the show. And it's
Jimmy Smith, I don't know if you've ever listened to Sirius XM, he's got a show on there about MMA, like Breaking the Cage or something like that.
Yeah,
Jimmy Smith almost sounds exactly like Joe Rogan.
That's pretty wild.
Those two guys ever been in the ring at the same time? I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe they're the same person. That's very, very feasible.
They're not. Jimmy Smith was never on news radio back in the 90s.
You know, another piece of commentary that I greatly enjoyed, man. This past weekend, I checked out the OVW pay-per-view and saw, of course, Linda in action as the surprise entrant in the Women's Rumble. OVW's got a doggone good commentary team as well, too. I thoroughly enjoyed the commentary.
Even outside the PWR reference.
Yeah, throughout that whole show.
No, they're absolutely fantastic, and they called Great Lakes Championship Wrestling Blizzard Brawl this past December as well. So
yeah, and if you're not watching any OVW, I'm going to make this statement too. I think OVW currently has the best wrestling guitarist.
Ryan Howe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was shredding. I think out of Elias, out of Rick Boogs, man, I think that's the guy. That's the guy to watch right there.
So if the three of them had an electric guitar riff off, Ryan Howe was beating those two.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt.
Well, Elias doesn't play electric. Elias plays acoustic.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I think that is the guitar playing wrestler.
And you think that Ryan Howe's beating him? Is it because that Rick Boogs got a haircut?
I've never really heard Boogs, him really go much further than the theme. I mean, this dude was shredding on the OVW pay-per-view, and I think he's the wrestling guitarist gimmick fully realized.
Is he winning the PWI Guitarist of the Year?
Oh, he's winning the PWR Guitarist of the Year. You know what? He's Matthew Thomas's wrestling guitarist to watch in 2022.
Fair enough. You know what else we got to pay attention to, Matthew? Next week, Saturday, is the Royal Rumble. The PWR Fantasy Draft for 2021-2022. The rosters lock at the end of the pay-per-view next week, Saturday. Folks, pay attention to us on Twitter at PWR Draft 2021. We will have updates all throughout the Royal Rumble next week. The rosters lock. I hope you and Linda and myself, we all pay attention because the accounting firm at Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe will take those roster submissions up until the completion of Royal Rumble. And once it's locked, that's it. We are heading down the wire.
So this is where the current leader of the PWR draft,
which isn't
yours truly, goes into the show and comes out of the show where it's mathematically impossible for either you or Linda to catch me after the Rumble. That's my
Wait,
prediction.
you're not leading. You're aware of that, right?
Yeah. No. I'm a co-leader.
Okay. All right. 28-45, 28-45. Linda's at 26-80.
I may pull in Andrew Baydala and have both Rumble winners again. I think that's very possibly.
It
Team
is very
Nelson
possible.
Matt Della, the genius of my draft and the genius of the core of Team Nelson Matt Della is going to be finally realized at WrestleMania and the road to WrestleMania. The road to WrestleMania after the Rumble is going to be Team Matt Della's fan of love pulling away, and you guys just going to be reading that bumper on the road to WrestleMania. Oh, yeah, and then we're going to have that joint party. That's right. Like the when you share a birthday party with the sibling or something,
Right.
it's going to be like your celebration party for winning the 2021 draft, and mine for winning the 2022 draft, because that will be certified at WrestleMania, because it will be mathematically impossible for anybody to catch me in Dallas.
Okay, well, for Matthew Thomas, for Linda Kay, the man they call Meathead, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you guys Monday morning. So long, everyone.